Welcome back. And the next topic is going to be health. Health is under the Be Ready tab on livinretirement.com. And it really is true. You've got to have good health to be ready to do the things we want to do and live our best retirement. The thing I'm going to focus on today is prevention. But before I even go one step further, I want to make sure that before you do anything that we're talking about here today, that you talk with your doctor before you do anything that we're talking about to make sure that it's right for you and your body. So in terms of health, there are two big categories. The first is nutrition and fitness. We've already talked about that in two different videos, but it really is critical to good health. So please go and look at the fitness and nutrition underneath the Be Ready tab. My doctor, my GP, literally attributes my good eating and my fitness and fitness workout to getting rid of osteopenia. I was diagnosed with early osteopenia, and I was just cleared that I am no longer have osteopenia. So that is a big deal, and it just highlights some of the things that are so important in terms of nutrition and fitness. There's a quote on the site that said, one of the biggest decisions we make every day is what we put in our mouth. Whether we're going to put chemicals and dyes from frozen foods, etc., or whether we're going to pick good foods that our body needs and the energy it needs to do the things that we want to do. So I said I wasn't going to spend too much time. I've already spent more time than I wanted to. But the second big thing with health is doing your preventative checkups. And I have about 6 to 7 doctor/dentist appointments that I make every year in November for the first quarter of the following year. So the January, February, March. I make all my appointments in one day, and I get the pick of the litter because I'm doing it way in advance. That way it's done in the winter and I can check them all off. I always have questions before that I think about, and I think about them. I say, okay, what do I want to talk to the eye doctor about? What do I want to talk about to the general practitioner, and so on and so forth. And I just jog down questions and then bring it with me to the appointment. It's really important that you capture these questions because you can ask them things that you're worried about. For example, I'm going to give you an example of mine. My father died of Alzheimer's, so it's kind of always in my mind and so forth. So I talk to the doctor every year about Alzheimer's. Has there been any advances? Are there any new studies or things like that he would recommend that I go into? In fact, this past year, he recommended that I do a baseline test for Alzheimer's, because then we can compare it each year to see if I've had any deterioration. So I felt really good about that. He's also recommended some other things, but again, talk to your doctor about the things that you're worried about or the things that you think about, and you'll be amazed at how much better you'll feel. So don't just go in and be passive. Be a involved two-way partner on anything, whether it's the dentist or whether it's the general practitioner. Okay, so what else about health? In terms of preventative, there are, and you could go on and on about these things, but what I thought I'd do is talk about what are the top 3 things, and again, I'd like to hear from you as well. What are your top 3 things in terms of preventing things for and being healthy? Is what are the top 3 things that I would recommend to people? And in fact, some people have called me pusher on a couple of these things that I am going to share with you. So the first thing is vitamins. And I want to share 3 vitamins with you. And I'm going to start with my very first one, which is cranberry. I happen to get this at Costco, It's 300 milligrams, and I have 4 of these a day. So you're asking, what's this all about? What's such a big deal about this? Well, I'll tell you what, I used to get urinary tract infections literally every single month. I tried to drink cranberry, etc. It just didn't work. You know, I had a lot of chemicals in my body because they gave me a lot of antibiotics, things like that. A friend of mine told me about cranberry, and I said, well, you know, I'm going to try it. And I have not had a urinary tract infection in over 12 years. I take 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. So I highly recommend this. It may not work, but you know what? Give it a try. After a course, you talk to your doctor. So cranberry, that's my first one. The second one I'm going to recommend is turmeric. It's, again, a natural, like cranberry, it's a natural product. It's you taste it in Indian food, things like this. And this is just the pill version of it. It is 1,000 milligrams. Again, I get this at Costco. And what does this do? Well, number one, I can tell you a story, again, very personal. My husband has had a kidney transplant. There's all kinds of complications. Takes, you know, several medicines just to keep going every day, about 15 to 20 different pills to stop rejection, and that goes his whole life. But there's a lot of side effects with those pills. So one of them is that he gets sore. His feet get sore, his hands get sore. And I said to him, you ought to try this turmeric. I've heard some really good things about it in terms of, you know, reducing inflammation. And of course, before we do anything, he talks to his kidney doctor, and the kidney doctor said, absolutely, you should try that. And so he did. And this is the craziest thing. He took it, 2 tablets one evening, woke up the next morning, and his feet and hands felt fantastic. He's been taking it ever since, and will swear by it. He'll tell you stories also about how he's given it to some of these his friends that were old football players. Same thing, the guy was taking all kinds of medicines. He's taken some turmeric, and all of a sudden the inflammation, etc., is gone. It may not work for you, but give it a try. All it is a herb. So there you have, or it's not an herb, it's a actual bulb, but same thing, herb type thing. But again, check with your doctor first. The third thing is fish oil. I bet you've heard this from every single one of your doctors. Get fish oil. And, you know, I've been eating fish oil forever, you know, again, because of the Alzheimer's and several other things. I'm figuring to myself, yeah, I need every kind of little lubricants for all my joints and etc. But I was eating the wrong one. And I didn't realize it until I had read an article about making sure that you get the right type of fish oil. Now this happens to be a Costco brand, but the most important thing, and you'll see it right here, is that you want to make sure that you're getting omega-3 fatty acids. This one happens to have 684. You'll see it also says 1,200 milligrams up here, but those are oils that really are not what these doctors are talking about. And I've talked to my doctor about this. He said, absolutely, I take 2 of them a day. You talk to yours, but make sure you get the kind that has the omega-3. Very key. Otherwise, you might as well just go eat some oil out of your, vegetable oil, because that's basically what it is if you don't get this. So those are the 3 vitamins that I would recommend. The second thing, so that I'm just counting that as one thing that I would recommend out of the 3. The second thing I would recommend is a new product that we just discovered. My sister told me about it. She lives down in Rochester, Minnesota, and goes to the Mayo Clinic. She gets to go to the Mayo Clinic for, just her GP, which isn't that fabulous. She came back, and her and I were talking, and she said, hey, I'm starting to use this new product that the doctor recommended, and he said that every single doctor at the Mayo Clinic is using it. I said, what is this? And, she said, I think it'll help Eric, because Eric is very susceptible to allergies and things like that. And then he'll get a sinus infection. And it really, it's serious when you're a kidney patient because your immune system is down. And I said, well, okay, tell me about it. Here it is. It's called Neal Med. And you can see the one you want is the one with the bottle, not the tea kettle, the one with the bottle. Neal Med, okay? And basically you just flush out your nostrils, and you do it once a day or twice a day if you want. But Eric does it when he gets home from work, flushes out his nostrils, and he said he has never gone through, it's spring right now, he has never felt better than with this Neal Med. We haven't had any sinus infections, nothing. I highly recommend it, but once again, check with your doctors beforehand. Give it a try. It's all natural products as well. The last thing I'm going to recommend is that you get out into the sunshine. Get outside, get a little vitamin C from the sun. There's nothing like it. I'm not talking about with your foil on an album cover or anything like that, or baby oil on you, but get out there and get some sunshine for a few minutes a day. If it's out there, go out and enjoy yourself. And wear some great suntan lotion. The one that we use is, I'm going to show it to you. So the one that we use is this right here. And it's a 60 SPF. And it doesn't drip into your eyes and things like that, so it's great for your face. So be careful out there, but sunshine, that's the third one. So that's it. And once again, what I really want is, I want to hear what your top 3 are. Go to our Let's Talk page and let me know on livinretirement.com. Thanks.